Hey, what's going on, everybody on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram? Steve here, Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com, coming back to you with another video. And in today's video, what I want to discuss is very important. I want to talk about the 10 tips to grow your eBay business right now, even during tough times. So I know a lot of people are, isolated, stuck at home, not going out, discouraged. There's a ton of people that are panicking, worried, and including myself. I'm definitely concerned, and a lot of us are stuck at home. And I know it's easy to fall into the patterns where we do nothing but be fearful, scared, worry, gossip. And I want to create a very important video for you today that is going to, hopefully help you to continue moving forward. Because sometimes in life, there's going to be circumstances that are outside of our control. And those are the times, the most important, decisions in our life, whether we're going to move forward or we're going to go back and become complacent and fall back into our old patterns. And one of my goals for this video is for you to choose a couple of these 10 tips for you to start practicing each and every day. So when things do get back to normal, when things do recover, when we get out of this quarantine and self-isolation and things get back to normal, which none of us really know when it's going to happen, we're going to be so much more prepared. So, I was talking to my buddy earlier today and, I was saying, success is, kind of like a rocket ship, right? Once a rocket ship spins and exerts all of its energy to get off of the ground and you finally put in the hard work to get moving and having success, it's so much easier to kind of continue succeeding and continue making money and continuing to build your business because you're moving, your momentum's going. And I guess I parallel that to this situation. You want to make sure that you continue to move as much as you can, even though your sales might take a little bit of a dip and you can't source as much and you can't, do everything that you'd like to do. There's still a bunch of things you could be doing today, even though you're stuck at home, to keep that momentum going so you don't have to fully get that rocket ship off the ground again. And, you could continue to, how do I say it? I guess when things get back to normal, you could take advantage of the opportunities that are going to present all of us. So I want to shout out some people in the comments. If you are watching live right now, be sure to drop a comment. What up, Pry? Good to see you. DJ saying, hey, Steve. Hello, everybody. Let me know where you are watching from in the country right now and if you're excited for this video, because I'm going to give you guys some actionable steps that you can take and run with to continue to move the needle forward. What's up, Marco Palacios? What's going on? .com. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Jan A? Good to see you. Thanks for watching, Jan. I'll be sure to accept you right after this call, Jan. Thank you so much. We got Gina A from New York in the house, East Coast, New Jersey. So we got New York, New Jersey, everyone on the East Coast, Georgia. Oh, we got Wisconsin coming on in, California. And who here has been stuck at home? And for how long have you been stuck at home for? I think I've been inside now for almost a week now. It feels like, at least. What's up, Michelle? What's going on, Mark, Mobo, Lisa? Tons of people watching live right now. So let's dive into the good stuff here. And again, I don't want you to feel like you have to do all 10 of these things. And I also want to preface it by saying, the title is called 10 Tips to Grow Your eBay Business. Not everything that I'm going to recommend you to do is going to allow you to grow right now. Sometimes as a business owner, you have to do actions and take action on things that are going to allow you to grow 3 months down the road, 6 months down the road. Sometimes we take actions that won't immediately put money in your pocket, but it can save you hundreds, if not thousands, or make you thousands of dollars over, an 18 to 24 month period. So some of these things are going to be more long-term. And what a greater opportunity than right now to do some of these things I'm going to talk about. So first and foremost, let's dive right into it. And I'll be sure to, I'm going to pull up the comments on my phone right now so I can also answer some comments and questions while this is going on. So appreciate everybody watching. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for coming on in. All right, so let's start the presentation. 10 tips to grow your eBay business right now, even during tough times. So one of the first things that you want to make sure you're doing right now is immersing yourself in listing as much as you possibly can. Right now, it's going to be a bit tough to source, and I'll be talking a little bit about sourcing towards the end of this presentation. But right now, you want to attack those death piles as quickly and as effectively as you possibly can. Now, who here in the live feed, and even if you're watching this after the live feed, who here has a death pile? Put a 1 in the comments if you currently have a death pile, which is essentially just an abundance of inventory that maybe you've sourced 1, 3, 6, 9, 12 months down the road and you haven't gotten to listing it so far. I want to know who here has a death pile. It looks like DJ's got a death pile. Steve Bailey's got a death pile. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, has a death pile. What's up, Drew? Is asking, can I make $1,000? Now's the time if you've got those death piles, if you have that inventory. If you don't have the inventory right now and you're running a physical eBay business, it's going to be a little more challenging, but I do have some tips for being able to acquire inventory later on. So a lot of people have death piles. So now's a great time to start attacking those death piles. You're stuck inside. And what's one of the big things that holds a lot of eBay businesses and eBay sellers back? It's the fact that we're so addicted to sourcing. We're out at the thrift stores. We're out at the garage sales. We're out at the flea market. So we're sourcing, bringing in more and more inventory, but we never take the time to list it. That's when you make the money, is when you're listing those items. So now's a great time to really immerse yourself in your routine. And I recommend you to start creating some goals. What kind of goals? Well, let's create a goal of every day we list at least 10 items or 20 items. Let's create a goal each and every day. First thing, eat that frog, like Mark Twain would say, or Brian Tracy. Let's eat that frog. What's the one thing that could really bring us in some income? With an eBay business, it's going to be listing your items. So let's set a goal. What's a goal that everybody has right now? I want to know, what would a goal be if you were to create a goal of how many items you could list each day to pull from your death pile? I'm curious. I'm just looking through the comments right now. Georgia Bounce says, I ended all my listings on all 4 accounts. Reason is because I want to make sure that anything I list, I actually have. Georgia Bound, are you drop shipping? That sounds like something a drop shipper would say. Because we are going to be talking about reconciling your inventory as well, but that'll be later on. So Jennifer says, my goal is 2 per day. Very nice. I guess it really depends on how much inventory you have, but start attacking those death piles. We all have those items that are annoying that we don't want to list, those big bulky items, testing and inspecting those VCRs and, making sure that all the pieces are in the puzzle, right? Or testing the video games. Now's the time to attack the death piles, those big, bulky, annoying products that we've just had sitting in the corner. Go into your attic, go into your garage, pull them out. Let's start taking pictures. Let's start attacking that death pile. Let's start getting these items listed up because that's going to bring you in some really good money. A lot of these items have a lot of profit in them. Marsha says, I have so much stuff, not sure where to start. Just get started. One of the things I recommend doing is, say you have a goal of listing 10 items a day. The night before, so say you're going to list 10 items the next morning. The night before, go pick those 10 items, set up, go to your workstation. Maybe you have like a table and get those 10 items and maybe get them all prepared so they're ready to go. So then the next morning, boom, you know exactly what you're listing. It's all out. You have a goal and you can watch yourself physically chop through and list those items up, and it feels so good. So let's all start attacking those death piles. Tip number 2. One of the things that can definitely help you to grow your eBay business is to make sure that you have an effective inventory management system. Now, I remember when I first started selling on eBay, I didn't have a system. Literally, I was living at my parents' house 6 years ago, and I had all my clothing in my closet, and I had no system. When I sold a Tommy Bahama, I had to go through all 300 of my items and try to find it. And the problem is, when you don't have an inventory management system, you're going to lose things. You're going to have to cancel orders. Sometimes you're going to ship the wrong items. I remember one time I had sold a couple Ralph Lauren polo items, and I had 2 dress shirts that I sold. And I didn't realize that I shipped the wrong item to one seller and then shipped the wrong item to the other seller. And then they both had to return it to me. And it was a big mess because I didn't have an inventory management system. So there's different ways that you can manage your inventory for clothing. You can use a bin system. So if you go to YouTube and type in Raiken Profit Inventory Management System, I have videos that break down how to create a bin system, also how to create a clothing hanger inventory management system, which is essentially just using clothing hangers and putting masking tape on it and then associating a letter and a number to it based on where you put it in your system if you're using like tiered clothing racks or a closet. But now's a great time to say, all right, I have all these items and maybe my inventory management system's ineffective. Let's create a whole new system. Let's take the day and build a whole new system out. Now, again, is this going to put money in your pocket today? It's not. But 3, 6, 9, 12 months down the road, it's going to be a foundation to the growth which you build upon by having that structure, that foundation. A lot of times our growth is hindered by inefficient systems, such as not having inventory management system. And we don't list all the items because deep down in our subconscious mind, we're thinking, well, I'm going to just lose it, or something's going to go wrong, or I'm going to screw up. Now's a great chance to build an inventory management system. So go to YouTube, type in Raiken Profit Inventory Management System, and I teach you exactly how I built my systems out. And maybe one of those will definitely work for you. Gina A says, yes, fixing inventory system is a good way to spend his time. Absolutely. And it's something that nobody wants to do. Who the heck wants to spend their day, going through death piles or fixing an inventory management system? I don't, but it's something that we have to do, and it can definitely help us to grow our business, not short-term, but long-term. Garage Sale Dale, what's going on? Good to see you. DJ says, Steve, I'm doing that, digging through everything on the early listings. That's amazing. We got some smart eBay sellers in the house right now. We got 48 people in the house. Much love. Smash that like button. Say hello. Let us know where you are from in the house and if you're safe. All right, number 3, this stems from creating a new inventory management system. And tip number 3 is organizing your workspace. There's been studies done of people who have like clean work areas versus disorganized work areas. When your work area is all disorganized and your inventory is a mess and your supplies are a mess and you don't have your paper and your toner in one area and your shipping areas commingled with your inventory and that's commingled with your shipping and everything's a mess, right? Your workspace is going to make up a lot of different things, right? There's your listing area, there's your inventory area, there's your shipping area, there's your tools and supplies. Maybe there's your boxes, which could be like your shipping area, right? There's all these different, parts of your workspace. And now's a great time to organize it. Organize your workspace. Start, and it's a little overwhelming at times because you're thinking, oh, this is a mess and that's a mess. And where do I start? And I can't take this. What I would recommend you do is you take out a piece of paper. And let's start writing down what are some of the biggest problems when it comes to like what's disorganized. So maybe it's my shipping area, right? And then you could start like breaking it down. So like you have your boxes and then you have like maybe from your boxes, you have your USPS that are like mixed up with like your plain boxes. Maybe you want to organize like your regional boxes from your, flat rate boxes. And then maybe you want to organize your poly bags and your poly mailers. So you start to break down that shipping area. Like what's the one area that's causing the most stress? Let's organize that first. And then maybe the second thing we could write down is like my computer area. So let's like write down all the things that are annoying us with our computer area, right? Maybe it's, maybe our actual computer is a mess, right? And we have to like clear out some space and delete stuff off our desktop and, remove files and different things like that. Maybe that's a mess. Or maybe you can never find a pen or a pencil, or, maybe you got papers all over, need to clean stuff out or get a trash can positioned over there. Let's start breaking down the different parts of our workspace and organizing it. Having a clean, organized workspace and where everything is and, you feel good about it. It just encourages you to want to list more. It encourages you to want to be more productive. So during this quarantine time, this self-isolation time where we're not going out, we're staying home, we're not thrifting, we're not going out sourcing too much, now's a nice time to work on a lot of foundational growth, things that are going to help us to grow long-term. Again, I preface this video by saying some of these tips to grow your business right now, you do these things right now, you're not going to enjoy the benefit today or tomorrow, but maybe a week, 2 weeks, 2 months down the road, it could definitely help you out a lot. So DJ says, my issue is my husband is complaining about me taking over the garage. He says one of these days he's going to find his tools outside by the garage cans. Yeah, it's part of the process. I remember when, I was taking over my parents' garage. I started flipping bicycles on Craigslist, and they were freaking out at me. And eventually I had to get a storage unit, and then eventually an office space. And then eventually now I have a warehouse that I run in, from Connecticut, and, I have security cameras, employees over there, and a partner over there. So you evolve over time, but you just do the best you can. Be considerate of other people, keep it clean, keep it organized. That's why tip number 3 is so important right now. Tip number 4 to grow your business right now is to work on your bookkeeping systems and your taxes. I feel like a lot of people, they give the government, they give the IRS way more money than they should, because they don't have a strong, organized, clean, proper, correct bookkeeping system in place, right? Having your books in place, one of the benefits of having your books in place and making sure that you're writing off everything appropriately, and you're tracking your inventory and your cost of goods, and you're writing off your expenses and supplies. And when you invest in your education, you're able to write it off, and meals and entertainment and different things like that, is you got to make sure you have a system in place. For the first year or so, I didn't have a bookkeeping system in place. Matter of fact, my bookkeeping system was, I had a poly bag, and I would save all my receipts and throw it in there. And, I wasn't tracking all my expenses. I had everything on one credit card. I had everything in one bank. I had everything just so unorganized and commingled. And I probably paid the government way too much money. Like, I probably lost out on a lot of money, because you don't want to shortchange the government, but you also want to make sure you don't overpay the IRS when it comes to taxes and whatnot. So now's a great time to start building out a system. A couple things I would recommend is, making sure that you have multiple credit cards, right? Personal credit card and a business credit card. It doesn't have to be a business credit card, but just make sure you have a credit card that you only spend for like personal stuff, and a credit card you only spend on your business, so you could track your expenses. GoDaddy Bookkeeping is a great resource, because it'll pull your eBay sales, your eBay expenses. It'll pull information off your credit card if you're keeping it organized. It'll pull stuff from your bank account. Make sure your bank account's split up as well. You don't want your business income going like commingling with your personal, because it just makes things a mess. So GoDaddy Bookkeeping is a great resource. You can also look into hiring a bookkeeping company. Let me know, what do you guys use? I know there's another, I'm trying to remember what software my bookkeeping company uses. I forget. It's a really popular one. But now's a great time to make sure that you're, writing everything off appropriately, and you're not overpaying with your taxes, and making sure that you're tracking your sales, tracking your income, tracking all your expenses, and that you're writing it off appropriately. So now's a great time to work on a lot of these foundational things. And, it's not fun, but it's so important. It can definitely help you to grow your business long-term on eBay. Tip number 5, one of the things you can do right now in your eBay business to grow your business and make more sales and bring in some additional income is to reconcile your inventory. So I would say the average seller probably has maybe upwards to 5% of items that are on their shelves in their inventory that aren't even listed on eBay right now, because sometimes endings, there's returns that come in and we put it back on our inventory, or sometimes items don't get relisted and they stay on our shelves and they never get relisted back up. And we have who knows, we could have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 items that are in our inventory right now that we think are for sale, but they're not actually for sale because we never reconciled our inventory. So now's a great time if you want to spend a day doing something that definitely isn't fun, but can make you money, is reconciling your inventory and going and looking and pulling out a piece of inventory and looking it up to make sure it's listed in your inventory, because you might be able to find 10, 20, 30 items that aren't listed that you thought you were, that you thought were listed. And now you can get them listed up and make that money and maybe bring in a couple $100 or a couple $1,000, depending on how large your inventory is. So again, this isn't something that's going to be a ton of fun, but reconciling your inventory is something you do to grow your business during this, this isolation period. Tip number 6, study the sold listings. Study the sold listings. So one of the ways that you can definitely grow your business long-term is learning as much as you possibly can about the wide variety and the gigantic landscape of products that you can source from thrift stores, garage sales, auctions, flea markets, Facebook Marketplace, so on and so forth. The more you know, the more you grow. Now's a great time to study the sold listings. And, over these next couple of days and weeks, I'm going to be doing a lot more videos studying the sold listings and going through scarves and belts and vintage hats and various brands from CC Filson to Adidas to who knows, maybe I'll dive into pottery and video games and books and all different types of categories so we can get our knowledge up as much as we possibly can, because the more we study and grow, we're building our potential power in a sense for when we go out sourcing again. The more you know, the more you can grow. So now's a great time when you're stuck inside. Study, research, and don't study like a million things. Let's dial into one category. Let's dial into one specific brand or one specific product. Maybe it's men's jeans or women's jeans, right? Let's think about some of the areas of the thrift store that we always neglect. What if we were able to learn about that area? Next time we go into the thrift store, we can pick a couple things up. That's a great way to grow your business. So now's an amazing time to study the sold listings. And I want to know who here watching right now still studies the sold listings, and how much time do you spend studying the sold listings or researching new products? I'll give you guys a second while I take a drink. Carl says, my problem is being afraid to go to the thrift store to buy anything. It's so much to learn, but never giving up. Well, right now, you definitely don't want to be going to the thrift store. Right now you want to stay safe. And that's why I'm making this video, because I want to give you alternatives for things that you can do to grow your business. Again, it might not grow your business today, but these actions that you can take are going to build and continue to maintain your momentum. So when we are able to get back to normal life, you're going to be off, you're going to be ready, you're going to be able to rock it. Appreciate you, Maria. Okay, so study the sold listings. That's very important. Tip number 7, learn other platforms. There's a lot of eBay sellers and Poshmark sellers who are leaving tons of money, on the, just out there when they go out to the thrift stores and garage sales, because they could have learned how to, maybe they sell on Poshmark, how to learn certain items on how to flip certain items on eBay, or especially eBay sellers and Poshmark sellers. There's so many items you could flip on Amazon that you can make a great profit on, from, new in the box board games to different types of video games to electronics to new in the box stuff. There's so many items that you could flip, even electronics that you could flip on Amazon for so much more money. Now's a great time to, go through a course, right? Whether it's a drop shipping course or an Amazon FBA course or a book selling course. And even though you might not be able to go and take this information and apply it because we're kind of stuck at home, even though drop shipping might be a good thing for you to learn right now, if you're willing to, go down that road. But now's a great time to learn as much as you can. Watch the free YouTube videos, right? Go into the Facebook groups and learn as much as you possibly can. Find 1 or 2 people that are teaching something and just immerse yourself in it. Now's a great time to get ahead, even though you can't, we're taught in society that we got to be moving and grinding and doing all this crazy stuff. Sometimes being isolated and being by yourself and quarantining yourself and learning something new can absolutely shift and change the trajectory of your life, your business, and your finances. So now's a great time to learn about other platforms. Learn about Facebook Marketplace. Learn about Mercari, Poshmark, Amazon FBA, right? You can start fulfilling items as a merchant right now on Amazon FBA. So now's a great time to just learn as much as you possibly can. Tip number 8, optimize your current listings right now in your eBay store. How do you optimize your current listings? Well, one of the first things you can do is start to optimize your prices. Maybe you priced your item 6 months ago and now the market is down 10%. Maybe it's not selling because your prices are outdated. So now's a great time to go through all of your listings and take a look at the prices. Take a look at your pictures. Take a look at, why aren't some of these items listing? Why aren't some of these listings that you listed up, why aren't they selling? Maybe you're missing pictures, or you forgot to put your measurements, or maybe you put like a really weird like shipping and handling time by accident because you did sell one like as and you copied the person's listing and it's like 5 days shipping and handling and it's not selling. Now's a great time to, reassess and optimize your listings. Look at your pictures, look at your titles, look at your keywords, look at your descriptions, look at your shipping and handling time, look at the prices that you're setting. Maybe you want to just end the listings and relist them again to try to get them to, pop again in the search algorithm. So now's a great time to optimize your current listings, a great project to take on for the entire day that can boost your sales for a long time. Tip number 9, sourcing outside the box. Now, I kind of hesitating a little bit saying this because I don't want to encourage people to, go out and put themselves in harm's way. Right now, I know a lot of people, in the States and even globally are being told to stay home. I would definitely recommend listening to your town, your state, what the recommendations are right now. So don't go out there and put yourself in harm's way. That's why I made this video, so you can, take action in things that are going to build your business that don't require you to, get in trouble somehow, right? I'm trying to think of the right word to say to not get this video demonetized. But you guys all know what I'm talking about right now. Make sure you're safe. There are ways to be able to source products from home, right? Maybe looking into contacting some liquidation companies, or maybe now's a great time to look into researching private label and starting your own private label brand. Now's a great time to get into wholesale, right? Looking into building a wholesale business. I just had my buddies, Dan, my buddy Dan Metters and Dylan Frost on the channel a couple months ago, and they were teaching a whole bunch of people how to start a wholesale business. They had a course, but it's closed down now. It doesn't open up again until next year. But there's a bunch of free videos and Facebook groups you could join to learn how to do wholesale, right? Even Facebook Marketplace, but you just want to be, right now, I don't really want to be interacting with people. So that's up to you, but I really wouldn't, I wouldn't recommend it. So Stuff Storm LLC says, we picked up things wearing gloves and then cleaned them up or lit them set for a couple days. They're also saying could source local Facebook. Yeah, and that's what I was actually going to get into. You can definitely source local Facebook groups, Craigslist, there's liquidation, there's wholesale, there's looking into private label. I'm actually going to be having my buddy Alex on the channel soon. He runs a company called Tactical Arbitrage. It's a software that allows you to find products online and have them shipped directly to you or to a prep center. So I'm not sure if the prep centers are still up and running, if we have any Amazon sellers in the house right now. But I'm definitely going to be creating some content over these next couple of weeks regarding how to source, from home. Also, eFlip. I love eFlip. You can go to RaikenProfit.com/eFlip and get a free, I think, 14 to 21 day trial. And you could source products from merchant sellers and have them shipped to you. The only problem is right now, you can't ship them into Amazon FBA. So hopefully that opens up soon. But another great option once the FBA warehouses open up again to be able to make money from home. So, write down a list, take out a piece of paper and write down what are 20, 30, 40 things I can do to start sourcing outside the box. And don't give up. Keep thinking of new ideas. Keep researching bulk. Keep researching liquidation. Keep researching and thinking about and just keep writing different ways. Maybe a great way to source outside the box is just listing a bunch of stuff around your house. I know it's not really sourcing, but maybe you have tons of items around your house that you could list on eBay to make some money. It can be a good idea. And tip number 10 is just a whole bunch of different tips. And 1, run sales, make offers during emails. So like if someone's emailing you, asking a question, make an offer to them, right? Become a salesperson, right? Offer best offers on your listings right now. Provide faster shipping and handling time, create better listings, optimize your listings. You can even make, when somebody likes offers to likers or whatever that's called, you could start doing that. Like, start pushing a little bit more to create a better experience, right? So you can do different types of promotions. You can run sales. You can make offers to likers, faster shipping and handling times, create better listings. There's so many things that you can do to boost your sales. So to recap, I'm going to go all the way back to recap. Attack the death piles. Create a new inventory system for long-term growth. Organize your workspace for long-term growth and more efficiency and speed during your listing process. Also helps with productivity and momentum mentally long-term. Work on bookkeeping and taxes, because overpaying in taxes and having that horrible feeling in the pit of your stomach that, oh, I'm screwing up and I'm going to get in trouble and I'm going to get audited. That's going to hurt your business long-term, not only because you're not going to work on your business as much as you should because of that feeling, but you could overpay on taxes. It's just not a good thing. Reconcile your inventory. Go through all your inventory and get a feel for, how many items are in my inventory now that aren't even listed because of issues on eBay with relistings and returns and refunds and stuff. Reconcile your inventory, study the sold listings, put yourself in the best position possible to have success and to be able to take advantage of the opportunities when you come out of this thing. Learn other platforms, take a course, whether it's a free course or a paid course. Watch YouTube videos, join Facebook groups, learn about other platforms as much as you possibly can, because there's so much low-hanging fruit out there. When things get back to normal, you want to be able to take advantage of that. Optimize your current listings, improve your photographs, switch up the pricing, improve your titles and your descriptions, optimize your current listings to boost sales. Think about ways that you can source outside the box without leaving your home. I talked about tactical arbitrage, a great software to conduct online arbitrage through retail stores and whatnot. Look into drop shipping. Look into using eFlip. Look into sourcing liquidation, or maybe this is a great time for you to start your private label business. And tip number 10, run sales, make offers, sell people during questions when they're emailing you. Best offers to likers, put best offers on your listing, ship faster, create quicker handling times, create better listings. So these are a lot of things that you can do to grow your eBay business right now. So if anybody has any questions, I'll be sure to go through the comments and shout everybody out. Just looking through some of the comments. Rideshare reseller saying blow that stuff out. Right now, I wouldn't blow my inventory out because there's going to be a lot of people wanting to buy items online. So I would just price it competitively. Definitely do your research. Also, another great way for once Amazon opens their doors again, when you're able to ship back into the Amazon FBA warehouses, is you can make a lot of money sourcing off of eBay and selling it on Amazon FBA. Again, I know Amazon FBA, you can't ship in right now, but definitely a great opportunity. We got Stephanie Joyce in the house. What's going on, Stephanie? Great to see you. We got Robert Spencer coming on in. Check out bulk.com, BULQ.com. Also, if you go to Google and you go into YouTube and type in how to buy bulk. There's a lot of people out there who share various websites. I have a couple personal contacts. I forget, there's a site. There's a site that shares like a lot of them, but just do your research on Google. There's a lot of bulk companies out there, but the one I could give you is bulk.com, BULQ. It's hit or miss, but sometimes you can have success. Michelle says, yes, I study the sold listings with most items. Yeah, it's one of the best things you can do. Study, study, study. Now's a great time to get ahead. Debbie says, lots of study as I'm 1 month in. Congratulations. Debbie's 1 month in, just starting her business. It's a great time to learn as much as you possibly can. We got Super Nintendo. And I thought it was going to be Nintendo. Super Nintendo. Hey, everyone. What's going on, Danny, man? Good to see you, Dahlia. PolishekTV.com. That's it. So hopefully you are all staying safe. I'm actually going to be coming on live again in 45 minutes with Jesse of Thrift School. I don't know if any of you guys know Jesse with Thrift School, but we're going to be talking about how to crush it at thrift stores. So hopefully you found some value in this video. And I really highly recommend you to pick 1, 2, 3 of these tips out of the 10 and start applying them today. Organize your workspace, right? Redo your inventory management system, reconcile your inventory, right? Start running sales on all your inventory, attack your death piles. There's so many things you could do now. Don't let all the negativity and the media and, all the stuff that's out of our control take us down. There's so many things that we are in control of. And it's just a great time to be able to take advantage of, the downtime. So Eli, what's up, Eli? Saying definitely a great time to attack those death piles. So get at it, everybody. I appreciate you. Much love. If you enjoyed this video, show me some love and smash that like button. I really would appreciate that. And if there's any ideas for videos you want me to cover, any questions, drop a comment down below. But with that being said, stay safe. Much love. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.